Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowes.com for more details.
Hey, what's going on, Trojan family? Welcome back to the USC LAFB show here on the LAFB network. I'm your host, Ryan Dyrud. Let's get into some USC recruiting as Junior Day is quickly approaching. January 31st on Saturday, the Trojan Olympics commence. A huge list of blue chip prospects will be in Los Angeles on USC's campus. We know how important this day is. This is one of the biggest recruiting days of the year. Last year, if you remember, this was really what set the foundation for this class heading into the spring. This is where essentially the flip of quarterback Jonas Williams and Tom Tapui happened for both of them, flipping from Oregon to USC. At these junior days, I'm going to read the list right here, but there's going to be visitors, surprise visitors, if you will, that we have not heard of yet. So it's a big day, and it's a fun day, I think, for recruiting. It's just a great opportunity to get on campus, meet the coaches, hang out with your fellow potential recruits, maybe meet some teachers, and then they do this Trojan Olympics. If you remember the photo last year of Chad Bowden and a bunch of other staff in their referee uniforms at the Coliseum, hanging out, having a good time. So it's just a really fun atmosphere, fun opportunity, but a big opportunity for USC to not only close on some potential commits, but lay the framework for what this 27 class will look like. So when you look at this list, again, these are many players that have already been recruited by USC, and so this is an opportunity for them to potentially close. So from two running backs visiting, you have Noah Roberts from Basha, Arizona. This is one of the top running back pursuants of USC, and one that I kind of expect them to close on. 6'1", 190, 4-star. He is the 5th-ranked running back in the class. I wouldn't call him a local kid, but in Arizona, as close to local as you can get being out of state. When you look at Arizona and like Bishop Gorman and Vegas, those are like the two kind of somewhat feeders within the state of California and whatnot. So I think Noah Roberts is one really they will go after. Running back Jeremiah Adeyanju, 6 foot 215. He's a 3-star prospect, 77th ranked running back. I think a talented kid, obviously lower on the rating scale, but look at King Miller. You never know what you can get. If you like the tape, if you like the body size, if you like the kid, why not? We know what dreams can be made of, and King Miller is the epitome of that. 3 wide receivers will be visiting. And these are the 3 that I think are the top priorities for USC. I've talked about other receivers in the 27 class in this in all of our recruiting coverage, but I think these 3 are the priority, and probably only 2 of them will ultimately end up being in this class. I don't think they're going to take more than 2 wide receivers. But for me, Quentin Hale is the number 1 priority for USC when it comes to receiver. Local kid, just transferred from, inner city LA school to Centennial now, powerhouse program out in Corona. He's 6'3", 175, so body type really similar to a Booby Feaster who will be on campus here in a few months at USC. So 4-star, 247 has him as the 8th ranked wide receiver, but a true kind of outside X type body and receiver type that can come in and be a wide receiver one of the future, and he's a local kid. Then you have 2 IMG teammates that will be here. A lot of fans probably don't agree with me, but if I'm taking Quentin Hale, my next would be Eric McFarland. A lot of people see his size and get scared off. 5'9", 175, 4-star from IMG. Like I said, he's the 5th ranked receiver in 24/7 Sports rankings. I love his tape, and I know that size will scare people at 5'9", but he plays bigger. 175 frame, so it's not like he's 155. He's bigger than like a Tutu Atwell, who the Rams drafted in the 2nd round and never used, obviously, as we saw if you're a Rams fan. But he's got a bigger, stronger build, so he can take some hits. He just doesn't have the height. But his speed is crazy good speed. When we see, and I'm telling you guys, when we see how USC is going to use Trent Mosley this year, and Trent Mosley obviously is a little bit bigger, a little bit taller, but not a ton taller, but a little bit taller. When we see what Trent Mosley can do, that should get you excited for keeping that going with a guy like Eric McFarland. So he'll be here. And then his teammate, Osani Gales, I've talked about him before, 5'11", 165, 4-star. He is the 10th ranked wide receiver and one that USC has been pursuing as well. Rounding up the offense on the offensive line, 2 prospects the USC has recruited. Lucas Roa, 6'5", 305, goes to Orange Lutheran, 3-star kid. He is the 38th ranked offensive tackle. And then Avery Michael, 6'6", 290 from Turlock, California. He's a 3-star, 60th ranked offensive tackle. Obviously has a great body size and one that Oregon's been pursuing hard. And he also has a visit scheduled for UCLA while being down here in LA. So a highly coveted 3-star that USC would love to close on here at the junior day. Moving over to defense, linebacker. That's what everyone cares about, right? Everyone wants to know, where are USC recruitment with linebackers? Well, my friends, I can tell you there's one that I expect USC to land. Will it be this weekend? I don't think so. I think he'll probably take some more visits. But Toa Sateli, trending really well with USC from Hawaii. Mililani, Hawaii school out there, 4-star. He's the 4th ranked linebacker in the class, 6'3", 200 pounds. We'll probably put on some more weight, obviously, as we talk about that flavor profile, as I call it, being in that 230 weight range. But he obviously has the size at 6'3", or the height, I should say, to add a little bit more weight if necessary. So Toa Sateli, I like him a lot, love his tape, and I think he's trending well for USC. So be on the lookout for that one. But I do expect him to be ultimately a Trojan, or at least maybe that's just my hope. Josiah Poyer, the other linebacker, visiting 6'1", 225, local prospect from St. John Bosco, 3-star. He is the 42nd ranked linebacker. 4 cornerbacks will be visiting, all of which you have all heard of. Aaron Washington, already committed to USC. Great. Get him on campus, keep him fired up, keep him thrilled. Hopefully he can become the Brandon Lockhart, if you will, and start recruiting other players to join him in this class. Danny Lang, the 8th ranked cornerback in the class, highly expected to end up with USC. He will be here. He was teammates with Washington at Mater Dei. Now that Washington's going to IMG, Danny Lang will be still at Mater Dei. Washington joins those pair of receivers, Gales and McFarland, as teammates now in high school. But yeah, Danny Lang will be here. Duve Williams, the other cornerback, 7th ranked cornerback in the class, also been basically crystal ball to USC for a year now. Still going to take some visits, do his due diligence, but I would be shocked if he does not end up a Trojan. And then lastly, Jalen Hill, cornerback. He's the 15th ranked cornerback. He is really expected to end up at Indiana, but USC is still putting in work to see about that. And like I said, they're only going to take probably 4, maybe 5 defensive backs. So the fact you have 4 cornerbacks visiting, don't expect all 4 cornerbacks to be, because you got to have room for safeties as well. But a good visit nonetheless. Honor Falave Johnson, I spoke entirely about him in a previous video, so don't need to get too much into him, but obviously still doing work to get him to ultimately commit, the number 1 safety in the class, the number 16 overall player in the class. We know USC, and by their recruitment with Chad Savage being kind of the lead recruiter, I expect them to use Falave Johnson in multiple roles, not just as a safety. He's mentioned wanting to be a Heisman Trophy winner and mentioned Reggie Bush and guys like that, signaling that USC has told him, hey, we see you as an offensive playmaker along with being a safety and maybe a special teamer. So a guy that they can use all over the football field on all sides of the ball. And I think that's part of the pitch to get him to stay local and stay in California at USC. And lastly, and maybe most importantly, for being honest, Marcus Fakatau, the 5th ranked defensive lineman in the country, reclassified to 27, goes to Orange Lutheran, 6'6", 275. Coach Sean Nua has been big on this one in his recruitment. Right now, he's heavily favored to Notre Dame. So USC's got some work to do to keep Fakatau home here in Los Angeles at USC. But Nua is on it, Henny's on it, and he will be at Junior Day in the Trojan Olympics. I will be traveling this week. I'll be out for my sister's wedding. Luckily, it's on Sunday. These Olympics are on Saturday, so I should be able to get something up on this. Anything I'm hearing, any intel I get from USC's campus, I'll bring it to the airwaves here to you, but it may be a little bit delayed just because I'll be not in my local ordinance, if you will. But we'll get that out as soon as I can. Got plenty more coming all week for you, so make sure, hit that like and subscribe button. We certainly appreciate it. Let's keep this thing growing, and as always, family, fight on. Hey, Trojan family, thank you so much for hanging out and watching the USC LAFB show. Before you go, let me tell you quickly about our friends over at Sleeper. Go right now, download the Sleeper app. It's the #1 sports app, not just for season-long fantasy, but they've got live pickers, they've got live stat updates, they've got a chat you can chat with other users, plus the daily pick'em, which is a blast, or daily fantasy, whatever you want to call it. You go and pick 2 to 8 players across any sports. If you're talking USC, go choose Jaden Mayav in his next matchup. Pick more or less passing yards, more or less touchdowns. You stack those, and you can win real money. When you go to make your first deposit, make sure you use our promo code USCLAFB. You're going to get a match deposit up to $100. Put in $100, you get $100 free to play with from Sleeper. Put in $10, they'll match you that $10. So now you're sitting at $20 to play with. But also right now, for any new users, no deposit required. You get $20 free entry. You can stack both. You can get the $20 for free. Go make a deposit. Use USC LAFB. And now you've got a bunch of free money to play with right there on the Sleeper app. Check it out, Trojan family. And when you do, tell them the guys at the USC LAFB sent you.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.